everyone, welcome to second part of my summer wrap-up. Because I didn't make any videos during the summer, now I'm talking about all the books that I read during the summer. I'm not going to talk much about every book. I'll just go quickly through them because I don't want to make a long video. So let's begin. The first two books I have to show you. Actually, I don't have them to show you. I don't have physical copies of this book. The first one is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. My boyfriend is currently reading this book, so I don't have it. I really loved it. I read only the first one. I didn't read the second one or the third one. I really loved it. I love the magic system, the story, the characters. I really love the main character, Vin. She is a strong female lead character, and Kelsier, I just fell in love with Kelsier. Oh, he's one of my favorite book characters ever, I think. I can't wait to finish the series and read other books by Brandon Sanderson as well. The next book is Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. I don't have a physical copy of this book because I left it at my parents' house. It isn't a very big book, but I was carrying a lot of books, so I didn't have a space in my suitcase for that one. I didn't read a lot of books by Jules Verne, but I plan to. I really love reading his books. They are really fun. I enjoyed reading Around the World in 80 Days. I was really surprised when I read the book. I expected something to happen. I don't want to spoil anyone, but for you who did read this book, I really expected something to happen that happens in every movie adaptation of this book, at least in every adaptation that I've seen. And it didn't happen in the book, and I was really surprised. Not disappointed at all, but surprised. I thought it was a big part of this book. Moving on, the next two books are Hunger Games and Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I read Hunger Games before, so this is a reread for me, but I have never read Catching Fire, and I really enjoyed these two books. I plan to read the third one really soon because I want to see how the trilogy ends and I want to be prepared for the movie. I haven't seen any Hunger Games movies, so I want to be prepared for the third one and go to the movies to see it on big screen and see what have I missed. So I really enjoyed these two books. I really love Katniss. She's a strong, independent female lead character, and I really like that. I was really surprised. I didn't expect these books to be so good, but they are, and can't wait to read the third one. The next book is Shock of the Fall by Nathan Filer. So I read this book during the booktubeathon, and actually I really failed at booktubeathon. I read like 2 books and I thought I would read a lot more, but I guess it's okay. So this book is about a guy whose brother dies when they were kids. It's not a spoiler. It says on the first pages of this book, and he starts to develop a mental illness, and this book is about his life and struggles with that mental illness. I think the narrator, that main character, is a little unreliable, so if you like that kind of books, maybe you will like The Shock of the Fall. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, I'm not sure, but it was an okay book. Maybe I need to read it again to understand it better. The next book is Boys from Brazil by Ira Levin. So this book is about a man who survived a concentration camp in World War II, and one night he receives a mysterious phone call telling him that famous Auschwitz doctor Josef Mengele is in Brazil, and he has a plan to do something really bad, and continue with Hitler's plan. So he tries to find out if this is a real phone call or a prank phone call. I really liked it. It's really fast paced. I read it like in 2 days. It's really good. If you like World War II novels and thrillers, mysteries, fast-paced action books, this is a book for you. There is a movie adaptation based on this book. It's also called Boys from Brazil, and it's with Gregory Peck. And this author, Ira Levin, he also wrote Rosemary's Babies and Stepford Wives, and I definitely want to read some of his other books. I'm sorry if this book had some glare. The next one is Allegiant by Veronica Roth. So this is the third book in the Divergent series. I won't talk about it very much because it's a third book and I don't want to spoil anyone, but let me just tell you, I was really in shock when I read it. I did not expect that at all. Actually, I did when I read more than a half of this book, but when I started I didn't have any idea that this would happen, none at all. The next book that I have to show you is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I really love this cover. I think it's the most beautiful cover of To Kill a Mockingbird that I have seen. So this is a classic. I think most of you know about this book. It's about a girl named Scout and her family during the 60s. So her father is an attorney and he needs to defend a man who is accused of raping a woman. The problem is that this man is African American, and back then they were not treated as same as white men. So it deals with racism and love and hate and life and growing up. I really loved this book. I have never read it before and I was amazed when I read it. Next is Trainspotting by Irvine Welsh. So this book I really loved. It left me with a book hangover. I thought about it for days after I read it. It's about a group of people from Scotland, and mostly they are drug addicts, and it's about their lives, day-to-day lives. I think I'm gonna do a separate book review on this book. And the last thing I have to show you in this wrap-up is a graphic novel, and that is Civil War. The Civil War by who is this by? Who wrote this? I'm not sure. What? Oh, Mark Miller and Steve McNiven. Mark Miller and Steve McNiven. So this is about a conflict between Iron Man and Captain America. Captain America wants to keep identities of superheroes secret, while Iron Man wants their identities revealed, and it's a war between two sides. It is really fast-paced and fun to read. Artwork is really good. Not my favorite, but it's really good. I liked it. I'm just looking for something to show you and not to spoil anything. Maybe this. The next Captain America movie will be about Civil War. There is a lot of characters appearing in this graphic novel, so it's really fun, it's really colorful and a quick read. It's not my favorite graphic novel, but definitely it's really fun to read. A lot of different characters appear in this graphic novel. As you can see on the cover, you have of course Captain America and Iron Man, so there is Wolverine and Daredevil and Spider-Man and Reed Richards and Ant-Man and so on. So this is the back of this graphic novel, and you can let me show you the cover close-up. This is the last thing that I had to show you. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye!